In this video, I'm gonna teach you to warm up with a partner like a fighting professional. You shouldn't be going through a warm up going, I can't wait to just get in the ring and start sparring. Like, oh, my body's hurting. I wish this session's just over. Like, you shouldn't see the warm up as separate to the main session. Like, your warm up should be integrating your mind into your body to elevate your spirit. So you want to be intentional about what you're doing. Like, you see that I'm breaking stuff down very specifically and I'm moving in very specific ways to get a very specific outcome. Everything is intentional. So by virtue of calibrating my warm up into specificity and intention, I'm calibrating my worldview and my habits and my mental software into intention, into efficiency, so that I can get the outcome I want. Guess what? When I start thinking through these lenses in this line, my whole life is going to get better. I'm going to apply those same principles of intention, of specificity, of high-level mastery into my business, into my relationships, into everything else. It's not just about, oh, I need to warm my shoulder up so I can punch the bag. Hopefully I'll get a six-pack and my life will be better. It's like, how do I mobilize my shoulder? How am I connecting this warm-up to the actual movement? How do I then apply that movement into the outcome that I want? How am I working with someone else? How am I building these relationships in the context of fighting? I'm developing the skill and the awareness, you get what I'm saying, through martial arts to improve my life. So pay the attention to what you're doing is the point. So first of all, understand the point of a warm-up is to increase the heart rate, increase the blood pressure, get the muscles ready for movement and intense exercise, get the joints mobilized, and basically shake off any rust, get your mind get your mindset straight for the situation at hand. In our case, it's combat. In my personal opinion of doing sports my whole life, I've been a martial artist, a fighter, a football player. I've done every sport, every type of exercise that you can do as a man for like the past 25 years. In my opinion, a good warm-up should be efficient, quick and effective. So you should avoid injuries, should perform to a high level having done the warm-up, but it should not take time and it should be relevant to the skills you're about to perform. It should also encapsulate and get you ready for two types of skills, that is hard skills and soft skills. Hard skills are where you go from point A to point B and it's non-negotiable how you do it, and it's very obvious whether you've done it right or wrong. An example will be working a specific technique in fighting. So for example, a nice default jab like this in boxing. If I want to go from point A to point B, there's only one way that I can do it according to the technique. And my hard skill is my ability to do that fast, effectively, powerfully, and with good technique. A soft skill, on the other hand, is where there's lots of different ways of going from point A to point B, and it's not always the same. So an example of that could be my ability to feint an opponent. Like how I feint him could be different each time. And as long as I get the reaction, it means I've done it right. So a good warm-up will get you ready to be able to perform hard skills as well as soft skills at the same time. And final point for fighting, like your indicator of combat readiness as a man and an indicator of your general physical and mental health is how quickly can you respond to a threat. If you can throw a head kick without having to warm up, you're obviously going to be a more competent guy than a guy that has to spend 20 minutes getting his body ready. When you're exercising, the warm-up should be as quick as possible to stay as safe and effectively as possible. Having said that, that comes with time and your body needs to adapt. So in the beginning, take as long as it's required to warm up. For you, if that's 20 minutes, 30 minutes, that's fine, there's no pressure. For this particular routine, it's going to take you between 5 to 15 minutes depending on your skill and your health. I'm going to show you about 8 or 9 exercises across 3 different categories that you're going to need to be combat ready. For right now, these exercises don't require any particular technical mastery of any skills and techniques. Anyone can do this. Walking off the street with no experience, you're going to be able to do these exercises. A little key point, as you become better and better and more advanced and more competitive and more competent, start implementing specific skills to warm up, like specific wrestling shots, specific judo throws, specific Dutch drilling, that kind of thing. But that's only as you get more advanced. For now, stick with these as a beginner. Right, so the first is just some basic mobilization of the hips and get some basic movement patterns down across our whole body. Seb, can I use you quick? Right, so the first is just mobilizing our spine and our hips. So just get my partner like this, hands on his shoulders, and all we're gonna do is 3 types of leg swings, and we're gonna do 10 reps of each one between 2 and 3 sets. So the 3 types are as follows. We're going sideways like this, forward like this, back like this. And we're gonna do 10 times each side, 2 or 3 times each. And we're gonna do the same side with each other. So we're working on our balance as well as mobilizing our body. So as I go like this, Seb's gonna go on his left leg as well. My left leg, your left leg. Key points for this one, by the way, be intentional with which muscle groups you're warming up. For the sideways lift like this, we're mobilizing the adductor, which is the long groin muscle that attaches to the bottom of the femur here, and then into the pelvis here. So for that, I wanna keep my toes facing forward like this to make sure the stretch stays here. Typical mistake beginners make is turning their toes like that, and you start stretching the hamstring. We don't want to do that. I want to keep the toes forward and stretch the adductor. And apply this to any time you're warming up. When you're warming up, make sure you're warming up specifically and intentionally, and you're mobilizing the body parts which you're trying to actually warm up and mobilize, which is what that exercise is for. Don't make accidental adaptations. So we're going to go left side first, 10 each side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn your core on if you're finding your balance is off. So squeeze your core, yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're gonna go other side, so do both sides. If you come this way, sir. Here, 1. So one thing to focus on there is trying to keep your core upright. Nice strong support on the standing axis, the standing leg, so you've got a strong axis there. And it's only that leg that's moving. If you find yourself wobbling around, focus on creating stability here so that you can get good movement through the muscle you want to. Yeah, you don't want to be working all these out too much. You want to be focusing mostly on that one there. And if you're with a partner that's a bit more inexperienced, by the way, like Seb is with me, just take your time. Like, you don't, king hell. A good warm-up should entail fireworks and staying calm under pressure. So, mate, Pim's such a G. Such a legend. Pim, where did you get these, you little nutter? Wait a minute, Pim, hold on, wait. Trust me, I love blowing shit out more than anyone in this room. So yeah, key point for this, focus on your balance as well. So I did say hard and soft skills. The hard skills is stretching and doing the movement with this. The soft skill is the balance. So like I said, all good exercise is doing hard and soft together. All good warm-ups is doing hard and soft together. So focus on your balance on the support leg and focus on stretching the muscle of the active leg. So we've just done lateral raises. We've done that 10 times one side, 10 times the other. We then go on to backwards raises. Now our intention is stretching the hip flexor, which is the quadriceps and the iliopsoas. So the hip flexor from about up here in the spine into the femur, and then the quadriceps here down the front of the thigh. For this, key point is making sure your feet and your knees and your hip is facing forward so that you are stretching those muscles. As soon as you start opening it, we go into the adductor. We've just done the adductor, we don't need to do that. We need to focus on the hip flexors now. So if you notice, I'm using very specific positionings so that I mobilize the muscles that I want to mobilize. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. Let's go back 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Fucking balance.
It's good. There you go. So I'm just going to slow it down and make sure we can work well together. This is what partner drills are for. I don't need to beat Seb here. He doesn't need to beat me. He doesn't need to keep up with me. We're both mobilizing together, and I'm getting sensitivity here as well. I'm able to connect to someone else, and which will challenge my balance a little bit. I've got to respond to that whilst doing the movement itself. So I want to work with someone to develop your proprioception, your awareness, because that's what fighting is. It's in relation to someone else, which is why these warm-ups are good. So imagine we've done 10 there, we're going to do 10 on the other side. 1, 2, if you need to put your foot down after to restabilize, yeah, 1, recalibrate, 2, recalibrate, good, 3, nice, good work. Then when you get more advanced, you can keep it off the floor like this. Yeah, nice, there you go, see, that's it, good work. Make sure your breathing's nice and relaxed as well. Don't hold your breath, no pressure, good. So it's an important point there, a warm-up is not competitive. You should be enjoying it and easing into the exercise. So that's the backwards. Now we go front ways here. So what you're going to do here, hand on shoulder like that, put your hand on mine. I'm going to go same side, so both our right legs, all toes facing forward, going to stretch the hamstrings now, back of the leg here. Everything facing forward, go as high, put your hand out, and try to hit your own hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, good work. Right, now we can do what I call press up wrestling. Drop down to a press up position. What we're going to do now, this way we do make it a little bit competitive. We're going to go into a plank position now. And all we're going to try and do is grab each other's arms and pull them to the floor. So I try pull Seb, he's going to try pull mine. Go on, try, you can use the other one. Yeah, good. So here, he got me, I might fall over. No problem, I get back up. I didn't get him, and if you notice, I'm readjusting my base. My hips are generally staying down. I'm staying responsive with my hands, feinting, going the other way like that, this way, you see? So it's like a full body workout, and then trying to pull each other down like that. So you're engaging your core, your reactions, your feints, again, hard and soft skills. And you can do that for like 30 seconds. If you're with a class of people, just keep switching around. And key point here, when it comes to periodizing your warm-up, when I started off exercising, I was so like hyper focused on exactly, do I need to do X amount of reps and sets? You get to a point where you just feel it. If you're gonna ask me how many sets do I do and how many reps, up to you. As long as you get the result of feeling ready and excited and not burnt out and drained, that's the indicator of a good warm-up. A warm-up shouldn't make you feel, I need a rest. It should make you feel, cool, I can't wait for the main session and I'm ready. That's how you know you're doing it right. So now we're gonna come into the striking aspect of a warm-up. Pretty typical boxing warm-up, which is a touch drill, which is the touch shoulder drill. All we're gonna do is get into our boxing stance, simulate a jab without actually hurting each other and jabbing each other. So we're just gonna touch each other's shoulder like this and try and get out of the way. So I'm gonna try touch Seb's, he's gonna get out of the way, he's gonna then try to touch mine. You can use your footwork, so you're gonna move around in a space, don't take up the whole room, just use try and keep it nice and concise. So I wanna try to take the minimum steps in and out just to be able to touch him and stay safe. Here. Boom, boom. You can use your feints, boom, feint, switch step, come back out. So once we've done a bit of moving around without blocking, now we can use our blocks. So this time, I'm gonna use my backhand to parry, so a bit parry and return. This is now, so the first one was testing our reflexes and our distance awareness. Now again, it's distance awareness and reflexes, but just with a different mechanism. So how quickly I can catch his jab and then return. I want that fast twitch activation and reaction, like that, got him, boom, boom. He's gonna do the same thing, by the way. So when I try to touch you, parry and then counter. So at the highest level, we're both doing it to each other. So you go, I go, you go, boom, yeah, boom, you see? Almost like Kung Fu. Then you can add your feints. Yeah, there you go, double it, good. Just the only thing with this, obviously be careful of the eyes. You're not trying to hurt each other, so don't try and go too hard where you end up fucking gouging each other's eyes out. Yeah, end up boxing. Yeah, from this exact one. Don't go with idiots that don't know how to control themselves, is the point. Like, it's a good warm up for like women and kids and shit like that. How are we doing it? You get me? The next variation of that is we're now gonna try to touch each other's foot. So, here, boom, I'm just gonna try to touch his foot, he's gonna try to touch mine. There, same thing again, I'm just gonna get out of the way and then counter him. So this is now an exercise in balance and lightness in the feet, boom. Again, coordination. Just the front foot only, boom, got him. Ooh, watch your heads. Ooh, watch your knees. And also, you're not allowed to cheat and like get it out the way like this and do some mad shit. You have to keep a boxing position generally. Yeah. Cool, now you're gonna mix them all together. Everything. Shoulder, foot. Well, shoulder, block, parry, foot, slip, feint. Nice, yeah, got it. Oi. Sorry. Oi. Oh. Okay. Do this for like 20 seconds each. Just cycle through them. Should be getting a nice sweat on, nice and relaxed. Have some fun. Another key point there is relax when you're doing this. Relax the shoulders. Now a kicking specific drill. So we've done hands, now we're gonna do kicks. Now hold my hand like this. Boom. I'm gonna go 5 kicks to the inside of his thigh. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other hand up, you then come onto mine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna come to your body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You come to my body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm then gonna come to your head. 1, 2, if I can. 3, 4, 5. You then come to my head. 1, 2, 3. How's he trying to mock me? You can't even get above my hip, you dickhead. So the point is there. Keep it nice, concise movement. So the chamber comes up, extend, come back, extend, come back. Nice and crisp. You're gonna do 5 leg, 5 body, 5 head. Alternate. And then do the other side as well. Here. Boom. So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1.
Keep this bit in.
1.
My hips are too tight.
But this is a good point. There's no pressure again. Like, rather than trying to force the movement and get it wrong, focus on refining the quality of what you can do, and then gradually, once it's perfected, then add like 1%, 2%, 3% high. Don't go like 20% quality to try and get another 100% high. It's the wrong way of doing it. Go quality over quantity. Quantity being the height, quality being the efficiency of the kick. Say your maximum is like here. I want you to go, come this way. I want you to give me 5 perfect kicks like this. Go. 1, 2, that's good. 3, 4, 5. So that's way better than you trying to go to my head. Now you're gonna do the same thing, but instead of there, you're gonna come to here. Even if it's an inch, that's enough, but just keep the quality the same. There you go. Keep it up. 3, right. There, right. Leave it like that. You do that every day for the next month, guess what? You're gonna get better. So it's slowing it down so that you can speed up. Make sense? You get what I mean, right? You don't need to rush it. And this is one of the dumbest beginner things at the start, is you let your ego get in the way and you think, I can't go high enough and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to go high. It's stupid. Just stick to where you're at and dial the technique in, then eventually start increasing the height. Right, now we're gonna go into the grappling aspect. So we've done like general warm-ups, general mobilization, general balance, bit of striking, hands kicking. Now we can go into more of a grappling aspect. So now, same position. It's more of a grappling aspect. Striking is obviously striking, you're exchanging blows. Grappling is where you're fighting, but you have contact with each other all the time. That's the difference. So we're gonna go in here. What we're gonna do, Seb is gonna try off-balance me. So you're gonna pull me. I'm gonna try keep my balance. This is an exercise of me having good, strong footwork, good, strong core engagement, good glute engagement, good, strong posterior chain, keeping my shape. And Seb's gonna be doing the same thing to try and take my balance. I'm gonna try conserve it. So go pull me any direction you want. Pull, push, left, right, up, down. Your aim is to not move as much, my aim is, and your aim is to obviously move me. There you go. So eventually, when he gets me off one of my feet, he wins. He got me, I'm then gonna go. It's almost like tennis. So as soon as I pull him off of his foot like that, I win. Now it's his go. You go again. He got me, so now I go. Right, turn it up a little bit, ready? Got him, you got me. Go, you go, pull me. Not quite, not quite, he moved. He moved there, so I win. I'm 2-1 up because he moved and I didn't. You see that? Then once you've had a few goes each, go to like 1st to 5 or whatever, or go 5 times, so you do 5 reps each. Now we're gonna do it competitively. You go and I go at the same time. I try pull you, you pull me. Oh, nice. I cheated a bit, I let go. I didn't even really cheat there. You should have been holding on to me. It's your fault. But there you go, so then you make it a bit competitive, right? Loser has to do like 5 press-ups, that kind of thing. So you can see what we're doing here. We're mobilizing our body individually, but we're doing it in the context of teamwork. So there's camaraderie building up, sensitivity, balance, awareness of an opposition. Right, next one, same again. What we're gonna do, put your foot on the inside of mine like this, connect your shin to mine. You're gonna try, make me take a step back and move me using your shin. Careful with this, if you're a complete beginner, don't hyperextend and break your ACL and your knee. No need to get injured. Start off lightly and gradually. If you come a bit closer, this is the position. So now look, all I'm gonna do, again, we'll go 1 for 1. So I'm gonna go first. All I'm gonna do is using my whole body, try and push Seb backwards, and he's gonna resist it very slightly. So you push back into me. So I'm trying to push him, he's trying to push, he's just giving me a bit of sensitivity and resistance, and I'm basically using this to connect and feel my force transfer from the back foot through my body into my front foot, which is great for punching, great for pushing, great for balance work. So this is a bit of a, this is an all-round good exercise. So I push, let's go 3 times each. So you go 1, I then go 1. You go 2, I go 2, you go 3, I go 3. Do that each side. So now you go 1, 2, 3. So you go 1, I go 1, you go 1. And key point, don't let it hyperextend and don't let him collapse you backwards. You don't want to knee bar yourself by accident. No need to get injured here. I go 2, you go 2. Put your shit, connect your knees if you find you're slipping. Connect your feet, like lock the feet in, lock the knees. So it's like this kind of movement. You see that I'm turning in on both and then pushing. So I'm connecting my whole body together like that. Yeah, and then I'll go here, you go, I go, you go. Then if you're experienced and you trust each other, there's certain people I wouldn't do this with because they're retards and they'll break my knee. When you trust each other and you're both a bit more experienced, then we can make it a little bit competitive where you're trying to push me, I'm trying to push you, just like the wrestling we did. Ready, go. And also I'm aware, if I'm better than him or if I get an angle and his knee's collapsing in, I'm not gonna take advantage. I don't wanna hurt him. I want him to get better, not worse. I want him to get healthier and stronger, not injured. There you go, nice. So this is basically an exercise in just creating good root, good structure, right? It's really important for boxing, really important for wrestling and Muay Thai. Let's look at grappling. Grappling, by the way, is where you're fighting each other and you've got contact with each other. That's the difference. Striking is obviously you exchange a strike and you get back out, hit and don't get hit. Grappling is trying to overwhelm someone and beat them whilst having contact with them. So good grappling drills. All we're gonna do here for now is put your hands on mine like this. If you wanna be nice and romantic, interlock your fingers like this, maybe make eye contact if you're really secure within your own self. Or if you're like some of the people I've trained with that just can't even bear the thought to touch another man unless they're hurting them, put your hands like that because it's slightly less gay. And then if you want to be really Shaolin about it, use your fingertips because this is actually way harder and requires more like accuracy and strength, but that's more advanced. For now, we're going to be a bit gay about it. Ready? Interlock the fingers like this. All Seb's going to do for this first thing, you're going to push, you're basically going to push like this, stepping and alternating your hands. I'm going to go with him. Yeah, go. And make sure you're pushing me, you're making me resist you a bit. Yeah, and then I'm gonna come back. So I'm gonna push, but you're not gonna give it to me, you're gonna resist very slightly, but still let me do the movement. Yeah, good. It's like an active bench press. However, here's the thing, I'm not just using my arms to push, I'm using my whole body to push. Look at my feet. My feet through my posterior chain, through my glute, through my spine, through my core, then into my hands. So I'm simulating punching, pushing, resisting, I'm using my whole body. That's the whole point of these warm-ups. We're trying to holistically warm up our mind, our whole body, our balance, our soft and our hard skills. I don't wanna have to do like 20 different exercises for each body part. It's not a Zumba class, you're getting ready to fight ASAP. That's the point of this. Right, so ready? Here, Seb's resisting about 50%, I'm going about 50%. I'm trying to use my whole body and I'm trying to synchronize it and combine everything. So as I fully extend my hand, I'm stepping at the same time like that. Seb's now gonna go. I resist him a bit. He's a bit stronger than me at this. So he's pushing me way easier than I was pushing him, that's fine. I then go back, I can breathe out with it. So you can do that like for 20 seconds each. Next, you're gonna move on to sumo wrestling, which is where you're just gonna go hands on shoulders here, go a bit square. Now all I'm trying to do is push him back. He's gonna try to push me back, go. That's it, just for 20 seconds each, so I'm actually quite good at that. So do that for 20 seconds. Again, you're not trying to burn out, you're just getting ready. Nice and short, sharp reps for this to charge yourself up. Lastly, is pummeling. So in wrestling, so get your bicep ties, we're just gonna pummel in like this, and we're gonna move around. If you're a complete beginner, literally just get used to this motion. Do this for about 20 seconds each, and we're gonna go onto the head. So we're gonna come through the middle, I go through the middle, go 20 seconds each. Now we go back to the biceps. This time I'm just gonna move him around with steps at the same time. He's gonna move me around at the same time. So I'm constantly getting some sort of contact and I'm moving him with my feet and my whole body. Pushing him, pulling him, pushing past him, pivoting. 20 seconds there, 20 seconds onto the head. Same thing, step, step. Like I'm constantly moving him and making him react to me as I'm getting a good grip on him, good purchase. So that's the final grappling warm up you're gonna do. So that's it, that's how you warm up like a professional with a partner. As I said at the start, you can add sport-specific movement to this, but if you're a beginner, and to be honest, even if you are an advanced guy, there should be some principles in there that will upgrade your fighting ability. Be intentional with your warm-up. Don't just go through the motions for no reason. Martial arts is about connecting your mind and your body to elevate your spirit. Comment any questions, anything else you'd like me to make a video on, follow my socials, join my email list. I'll send you actual proper warm-ups to do so that you can just read it in 30 seconds and then immediately apply it to your own life. Join the free Telegram, follow on Insta, Twitter, all the rest of it, and join Don Dojo if you haven't already, because you get access to all the other hundreds of millions of other high-level information that I got to make you a better, more competent, sovereign motherfucker through martial arts. You get me? Om Shanti, bitch.